Everyone says Vancouver is always rainy, but here's the truth. Summer brings long, golden evenings where the sun doesn't set until 9. Winter rain? Yes, it's real, but it also means fewer crowds, cozy cafes, and mountains dusted with fresh snow just 30 minutes away. Vancouver's weather isn't a flaw. It's an invitation to slow down, layer up, and discover a city that rewards those who stay curious. The rain creates something unexpected, a rhythm that feels both wild and gentle. Let's see what that rhythm looks like. The Stanley Park seawall stretches 10 kilometers around the peninsula. Early morning is best, before the rental bikes crowd the path. You'll see locals jogging, herons standing still in the shallows, and sailboats gliding toward open water. The air smells like cedar and salt. You can walk the entire loop in about 3 hours, or just stroll partway and rest on a driftwood log. Bring a light jacket, even in summer. The breeze off the ocean can surprise you. This path doesn't demand anything. It simply unfolds, 1 quiet kilometer at a time. And that's when you start to notice the details. The Granville Island Public Market feels like organized chaos, but there's a rhythm to it. Arrive mid-morning on a weekday if you can. You'll find farmers arranging berries, bakers pulling focaccia from ovens, and artisans selling handmade pottery. Grab a fresh maple croissant and eat it outside by the marina. Watch glass blowers shape molten color through studio windows. The crowds come later, but even then, there's space to breathe. This isn't a tourist trap. It's where locals actually shop. And that difference? You can feel it in the way people move, unhurried and familiar. Now, let's leave the crowds and climb a little higher. Grouse Mountain sits just 25 minutes from downtown. A gondola carries you up through thick forest to alpine meadows and viewpoints. In summer, you might see grizzly bears in the wildlife refuge, or watch lumberjack shows. In winter, the mountain glows with ski lights and hot chocolate stations. But the real moment? Standing on the observation deck as the city spreads below you, toy-sized and quiet. You don't need to hike if you don't want to. The gondola does the work. This is Vancouver's gift. Wilderness without struggle, beauty without effort. And yet, if you look closer, there's depth here too. Tucked in Gastown's brick alleys, you'll find cafes where baristas know your order by day 3. These aren't Instagram setups. They're worn wooden tables, chipped mugs, shelves full of poetry books you're allowed to read. Order a flat white and sit by the window. Watch steam carts pass. Hear the distant clang of the steam clock. The pace here is slower than you'd expect in a city. People linger, conversations stretch. No one rushes you. Vancouver's coffee culture isn't about performance, it's about permission. Permission to sit, to think, to simply be. And sometimes, that's all you need. The Capilano Suspension Bridge sways gently 70 meters above the rainforest floor. It's a tourist classic, yes, but arrive right when it opens and you'll have moments alone. The forest smells like moss and cedar. Treetop walkways connect platform to platform, and the cliff walk clings to granite edges with glass beneath your feet. Is it worth the entrance fee? If you want that suspended in green feeling, if you want to walk among ancient trees without hours of hiking, then yes. It's designed, but it's not fake. The awe is real. And that's enough. Kitsilano Beach. Locals call it Kits. It's where students spread blankets, dogs chase frisbees, and paddleboarders drift in the bay. Behind the beach, neighborhood streets are lined with vintage shops, yoga studios, and juice bars that aren't trying too hard. Rent a bike and ride the paths. Stop at a Thai food truck. Sit on the grass and watch the sun lower behind the mountains. This isn't postcard Vancouver. This is living here, Vancouver. The difference is subtle but unmistakable. It's in the ease, the lack of hurry, the way beauty is just part of the day. And you start to understand why people stay. When the rain comes, Vancouverites don't hide. They walk. Put on a waterproof jacket and join them. Head to the seawall, to Queen Elizabeth Park, to the trails in Pacific Spirit Park. The rain softens everything. Colors deepen. The city hums quieter. You'll see more locals in the rain than in the sun, moving steadily, unbothered. There's something meditative about it. The rain washes away distraction. You notice sounds, water on leaves, your own footsteps, distant foghorns. Vancouver taught me this. Sometimes weather isn't something to escape. Sometimes it's an invitation to feel more, not less. Vancouver's Chinatown is one of the oldest in North America. Walk Pender Street at dusk when red lanterns begin to glow. You'll find herbalists weighing dried roots, bakeries selling warm pork buns, and the Dr. Sun Yat-sen Classical Chinese Garden, a hidden courtyard of calm. The garden charges a small fee, but inside, koi swim in still ponds and scholars' rocks frame perfectly composed views. It's quiet here, even in the middle of the city. History and presence blend. You don't need to understand every detail to feel the care embedded in each stone, each plant. Just breathe and wander. The ferry to Bowen Island leaves from Horseshoe Bay. 20 minutes on the water, and you're somewhere quieter. Bowen feels like a pause. Walk to the village, browse the tiny bookstore, eat fish and chips by the dock. Hike to Killarney Lake through mossy forest. There's no agenda here. The island doesn't perform. It simply exists, calm and unpolished. Day trippers come and go, but if you stay through afternoon, you'll see locals return from errands, kids bike past, the rhythm slow to nearly still. It's a reminder that Vancouver isn't just one city, it's a network of gentle escapes, all within reach. The Vancouver Public Library downtown looks like a Roman Colosseum made of glass and concrete. Inside, it's a spiral of light and books. Climb to the upper floors and find reading nooks with city views. It's free, quiet, and filled with people reading, studying, simply sitting. There's a rooftop garden few tourists find. In summer, it's a secret pocket of green above the traffic. Libraries aren't usually on travel lists, but this one deserves a visit. Not for spectacle, but for space. Space to rest, to think, to remember that travel isn't just seeing. It's also pausing. As evening falls, the mountains around Vancouver turn violet, then charcoal. The city lights begin their slow glow. From any vantage point, Spanish Banks, Little Mountain, the seawall, you can watch this transition. It happens quietly, without announcement. The sky shifts, the air cools, joggers finish their loops, families pack up picnics, and you realize that Vancouver's beauty isn't loud. It doesn't shout. It waits for you to notice. And once you do, it's everywhere. In the light, the water, the way the land holds the city gently. That's the real discovery. Not a hidden spot, but a way of seeing. Vancouver doesn't demand your attention. It offers it. Quietly, consistently, in small moments you almost miss. A heron at dawn. Rain on cedar. The way mountains frame every view, grounding you without words. This city taught me that travel isn't about ticking boxes. It's about rhythm. Finding the pace that lets you see, really see. Vancouver's rhythm is slow, layered, generous. It gives you permission to rest, to wander without purpose, to let beauty be ordinary. And maybe that's the most valuable souvenir. Not a photo, but a feeling. The feeling that you can move through the world gently and still discover everything you need. If this journey felt calming, you might enjoy our Calm Travel Guides playlist. We explore places like this, slowly, with care. Each video is a chance to breathe, to see somewhere new without the noise. Subscribe if you'd like more quiet escapes. And until next time, may your travels, wherever they lead, be filled with gentle discoveries and easy days. Thank you for wandering with us.